Okay, great. Great, doing great with time. Now let's look at the mood meter, another way to make strategic changes, okay, to move from one to another, just like the earlier story I told you. So the Yale Center of Emotional Intelligence came up with this several years ago, where fundamentally they took emotions and broke it down to two categories. It's a good thing they didn't call it emotion meter because it would have been a disaster. They call it mood meter. You wonder why. It's called mood meter because obviously they're not dealing with emotion that lasts for 6 seconds. They're dealing with a mood because mood goes to hours and days it has lingered. So if it has lingered, then it's no longer just an emotion or even a feeling. It is now a mood. And so you can take that and break it down into two categories, energy level and feelings level now. See? So when we do that, your energy can be high or low, or the feelings can be pleasant or unpleasant. And if you break that down, you then begin to find the four zones there, where the red is, high energy and unpleasant. And then the yellow zone is high energy, pleasant. The green is pleasant with low energy. The blue is low energy and unpleasant. And see, just looking at this is incredible because the mood meter helps you to understand what you are feeling. Many times in emotional intelligence, what people struggle with is the emotional literacy of naming the emotion that they're going through, to put a name to it. Now, if you're struggling with that, you can just label it green, blue, yellow, red. Today, I feel green. Right now, when that meeting ended, I feel yellow. Right now, when this happened, I feel that. What are you feeling? Okay, it can now move to a zone. You can just put it in these four buckets. And if you look carefully, just by raising your energy level, you can move from one zone, from the two lower zones to the upper zone. You can also move to the left or to the right. So the mood meter tells you to find out the zone you are, and then perhaps with some intelligence, how to move to another zone. I'm going to show you that today. But again, what it doesn't address is why you are in that zone. Okay, the raft may tell you why you're in that zone, but the mood meter doesn't address why. There's quite a number of factors as to why you're battling with anxiety or with anger or guilt. The story can be uncalled with so many things, and I can't cover that in today's session. But let's hope that you understood why you're in that state. If you understand why you're in that state, which if not, maybe talk to an expert like me later on, and then we can see how can you move you. But this is a great tool. This is the way it looks like, fully, where you see emotions now being put in different categories all over the place. So if you look at ecstatic at the top right corner, ecstatic is high energy and pleasant. And if you look at enraged, enraged is high energy but unpleasant. If you look at serene at the bottom, that is low energy but pleasant. When you look at alone, man was not designed to be alone. If you look at that, it's low energy and unpleasant. Just picking the four top corners. But one that I like to point out is right in the middle there, at the top there, you see surprised and shocked. They're so close together. I like to talk about that because they're both high energy and a little variation takes them into pleasant, a little variation takes them into unpleasant. So let's talk about a surprise birthday party. Surprise birthday party, he's surprised and he's shocked, but he's vacillating between the shock and the surprise. Like shocked that you came, but surprised that you came. The whole high energy up there. Then, if you look at the bottom, where you have relieved and tired, they're both low energy. Like you're tired from work and you came home and your husband said, "Don't worry, I'll do the cooking today." And you just feel relieved, but you're still tired. You just at that bottom there, like the meeting was postponed. Oh, yeah, to go rest. Oh, but you're still relieved, but you're tired. You see, you're vacillating there between the blue and the red. I love this because fundamentally, it helps you to just put where you are. And then with emotional intelligence, how can you move from one to the other? Look at this practical example here. It says, the public rejected our new chili pepper and mustard seed. The team was devastated. Looking at that, what zone could that be in? Anybody tell me in the chat room? What zone is the guy on the left side? Can you run to the chat room and tell me? Is he red? Is it blue or green? Can I have some answers? Pop up and tell me. What zone is the guy on the left side of the screen? Yeah, can I have some answers? Hmm. I see responses. I'm not going to say what I'm seeing. Go to the chat room. Tell me. The guy on the bottom left corner, what zone is he in? Okay, do me one more step then. If you're so sure of your answer, tell me why you think that is your answer. Tell me why. Go to the chat room. Tell me why. I see lots of people say blue. Why is the guy, or how is the guy in that blue? Somebody said red. How do you know the person is in the red? So tell me, somebody says green. Okay. So tell me, while you're doing that, remember how the zones look like? The zones are uh, red up, blue down. And so look at the picture again. And, it says, someone says red, it looks worried and scared. Oh, it says his laugh is crying. Okay, I like that. All right. Any more before I release the answer? Drum bits rolling, drum bits rolling. And lots of red are coming on. Ooh, red, he looks confused. Red, he looks nervous. Red, blue, he looks bored. Okay, okay. All the people who said blue, they've kept quiet. They don't know how to defend their blue anymore. Like they've changed their mind. Blue, he looks nervous. He looks unhappy, low energy as he's giving up. He's sad. He looks disappointed. Okay, the blues are not having their voice. So hold on a moment. How come nobody says that that guy is yellow? Stay with me. Why is it that nobody, not one person, has said that is yellow? Okay, so you can see that imagine already. Nobody out of how many of us, not one person has typed yellow. That tells you something already. That when we all looked at that, we knew this was not pleasant. That's for sure. We knew it was not pleasant. Okay. However, maybe not pleasant, maybe high energy unpleasant, and maybe low unpleasant. So we're battling between the red and the blue, right? Fine by me. At least we can all leave here saying, I learned something. I can look at somebody and decide whether he's or looking pleasant or looking unpleasant. However, if you look closely, the real answer is blue. Blue is the answer. And the answer is blue because look at his eyebrows drop. Okay, if it's high energy, the eyebrows should be up. The eyebrows are down. Then if you look at the hands and the hands, they're fidgeting. Okay, so to do that, it has to be lower energy. So the blues have it. Slow energy and unpleasant. And then let's go to the one on the right. So where's the guy on the right? Somebody go tell me, tell me, tell me. The right is what? Come on, everybody. The, the right is what? The guy on the right now is what? Okay. Somebody said red, yellow and green. Clary, make up your mind. Yellow and green. He's like on the borderline. Should I go yellow? Should I go green? Okay. He's yellow, actually. The yellow has it because you can see the eyebrows are raised, the eyes are bound, so definitely high energy. And it's pleasant because, man, we have the hottest sauce ever on our sales. And so, yeah, he's excited. So it's definitely yellow. So in a thing like this person has moved from the red, from the blue to the yellow. That's a movement, that's a shift. See, so the mood meter, first of all, helped us to know where he was. And he has gone from blue to red, kind of like our story we said at the beginning, where he was bored and he ends up being excited. Okay, so we're moving from one zone to another zone. So when we look at this, we can do quite some exercises with this, which unfortunately I can't do in details with you. But you see, there are 16 activities on the screen. And if you want to do this homework or exercise on your own, take this and take each of these 16 activities and label them either high energy or unpleasant. You can do that on your own. Take a picture of this because in the next screen, I'm going to give you the answers. So you can then take a picture of that, but keep the answers aside and then go through this. Why are we giving you the 16 activities? Almost 80% of your activities in a day are revolved around these 16 activities. Almost 80% of your activities. I wish I can say 90%, but 80 to 90% of your activities will revolve around one of these 16 activities. So just by knowing where these 16 activities are, you could begin to really know where you are in the mood meter, which will answer our first question of you being aware of where you are. So nobody calls you and you think you're in the yellow zone, meanwhile you're in the red zone. We don't want you making that mistake anymore. We want you to be clear of what zone you are in, and this activity will help you. So take a picture of this, or when you come back to watch the video, and then here are the answers. The answers on the very next screen. And these are the answers. I'm going to wait a minute for you to take a separate picture or a screenshot of this, or whatever way you're doing that. And then keep the answers aside, play with it, and be able to learn what did you get right, what did you get wrong. Okay, if you do that, you'll be able to walk around 80 to 90%, which would help us to achieve one of our first goals in this session, is to help you to know where you are, what you're feeling at a particular point in time. But I want to quickly address in the next 2 3 minutes, how do I then move? Okay, I know I'm in the red zone, but I want to move to the blue zone, or I'm in the green zone, I want to move to the zone. Well, how do I go about that? Because at the end of the day, I don't want you stuck in a zone.